Well, it was as if a wrecking ball went down a street in Norfolk. An ambulance driven by a man police say was drunk. Police say 25-year-old Lamont Davis jumped in the driver's seat late last night and ended up in the back of the police car, charged with DUI, grand larceny, and hit and run. It happened near the intersection of Colley and Westover in Ghent, right near the entrance to Centera Norfolk General Hospital, where we find 10 on your side's Ann McNamara. And Ann, how was this man able to take an ambulance for a ride?
A lot of people asking that. How is this even possible? Well, just behind me here is the emergency room. That's where ambulances obviously pull up quite frequently. The hospital procedure is to leave the ambulance running, partially because they need to have those materials in a certain climate, and they also need to keep everything charged in case of an emergency. Well, one man decided that was his opportunity to take this ambulance on a joyride.
I was getting ready for bed. It was probably about 11:15, and I heard this giant crash outside, almost like an explosion.
It wasn't the noise neighbors are used to hearing coming from an ambulance. No, instead it was a crash, a pretty ugly one on Colley Avenue. This ambulance was originally parked in front of the emergency room at Centera Norfolk, but when the EMTs went inside to drop the patient off, they followed hospital procedure and left the vehicle running. That's when 25-year-old Lamont Davis jumped in and took the ambulance for a joyride.
It was just insane. I mean, you never really think, living next to a hospital still, you don't really expect someone to potentially steal an ambulance and then come careening down the road and crash into all of your cars and your neighbors' cars.
And compared to the handful of other cars hit on the street, Amanda Russell says hers fared pretty well. She just can't imagine what motivated Davis to get behind the wheel. Norfolk police say he was intoxicated, and Davis's family members say that wouldn't surprise them.
Drinking, what he doing, I'm pretty sure he wound up doing something like that.
Does he drink a lot?
He doing that other stuff.
Other stuff meaning drugs. Stepdad Edward Stokes says Davis needs psychiatric help to deal with his addiction, and he won't find sympathy at home.
Like my father tells me, if you make your bed hard, lay in it. That's it.
He also won't find sympathy from drivers who woke up to find their vehicles totaled and towed away.
I'm no car expert, but I think my car is completely, it's non-repairable. I don't think I'll be able to drive it again.
Probably not. We wanted to talk to Davis and see what he was thinking, what he thinks this morning. He said he did not want to be interviewed. He did not want to be on TV. I'm Ann McNamara, live in Norfolk.